The dental sleuth, the dentist who comes across through mysteries and finally ends up in the truth. Chapter 1, Dislodged Dentures. On a lone Saturday evening, amidst an empty alley, there was a slight bit of commotion. An elderly man was chasing after his middle-aged companion. The fight seems to have broken up between them at their house, but had extended back into the alley. When none other spectators were present, they ran and chased and almost defledgingly beat the pulp out of each other. But the woman could bear no more. She ran and ran and ran, and the older man couldn't stop himself but follow her in a violent, absurd pace. The empty valley was poorly lit. The lighting that was present was at a level above the eye, and since it was an empty back-end alley, there weren't any witnesses to what happened next. As the couple ran across the streets, what was bewildering to what happened next was that they didn't slip or fall in this heavy fog, rainy evening, but ran up into the entryway of the bridge. And through the bridge, as they ran past, was a bludgeoned pillar on the right. And in this pillar was our first evidence for this case. The only possible evidence that the police would consider as conclusive and as an evidence for this violent crime. And through the bridge ran the man chasing after the woman, who by now had started losing some of her blood because of the bludgeoning. As they ran through the alleyway across the poorly lit path, they might have slipped and tumbled on and reached the inside of the bridge. The bridge lay covered all around by a steady stream of flowing water in the riverside, and in the side of the bridge was what would become a suspicious matter that not many could even imagine. The wails and screams of the couple was the only evidence we have, and then the woman seems to have disappeared. And after searching in the vast banks of the river, the body of the woman was never found, and the man was never to be identified, never until now. What the police never could understand would be a conclusive evidence which would solve the case was just one pair of poorly retained and dislodged denture. A denture that would help our hero, Dr. Edmund Penn, to identify the real criminal, and how the story went on to bring a person into justice by the power of forensic odontology. Stay tuned for what happens next, and a series of evidence-based dentistry that will change your outlook of what happens after a true ideal is set to find the criminal through a dentist's abilities. I hope you enjoyed this small story session. Expect a chapter every 3 days. Thank you.